I just thought I'll get started. Otherwise, I would spend what just been staring at the screen, not wanting to hit the start button. And so I wrote down, let's start with failure, the fear of failure. Mm, okay, I'm going to scratch everything. There's the idea of talking about creating a coaching system, a coaching AI that would, well, both a system for people and for AI. And right now, my nervous system is just utterly crushed. And that is simply what it is. And everything else is a judgment on top of that. So I'm going to list down all the judgments. I'm going to scratch everything I'm going to talk about and start afresh. Otherwise, I can't do anything. Let's do this. Here I am. I'm having trouble accepting the sound of my own voice, the tone, the volume, just self judgment, self consciousness. Why does life have to be so hard? Nothing logically says this should be this hard. It feels so hard. And it's so hard to control my voice. I don't speak that often out loud. Because this moment is just a down moment. Okay? There's a part of me, and even whatever I was just trying to say here, that was part of a script in my brain. It doesn't feel authentic. It's hard to see anything right now. It's hard to think, the self consciousness. There are things that flash in my mind, the script, and they're very annoying because the moment they flash, I feel like I can't say it because then if I say it, it feels inauthentic, and then I feel anxious, and then it makes it worse. I feel like I can't ever clear my throat. Everything feels impossible. Not that it's logically impossible, it's just my own emotions seems to betray me every single step of the way. So I guess this is what this video is about. There's nothing else I can talk about because my own emotions completely block me. Thanks. What am I to do? What am I to do? Mm. There are things that my script body is telling me to say, and I'll just list them out. One is that this moment is perfect. No matter how bad it feels. That I am reaching the core of my internal traumas, abandonment, neglect, abuse, being laughed at, traumas upon traumas. Moving from Hong Kong when I was 5 or 6 and utterly losing everything that would have grounded me in reality, in existence. Parents that tried their best but had their extreme limitations. A society that is rather quite nasty at times. And that's all the side I can see when I'm in this state. It's all the negative things. So, none of this talk is currently possible. This is an example. When my shadow monster rises, it takes away everything. And even now, freeze. So, I imagine most people don't document their challenges. Nope, they don't want people to see it. I guess I have this image of myself that's like it's my logical self. Like I can do all these things. And then within my shadow, it's just like, no, you can't. Nope, not with this sphere, not with these monsters. I mean, you could if I didn't exist, but here I am. So now you can't. How am I supposed to argue with that? Mm, mm. And the fear says, look, even your system fails you. Ha ha ha. Hello, abusive voices. Hello, abusive voices. I know the deeper I am in shadow, the harder it is for me to talk. And here I am. Facing my own shadows, my own demons, looking at it in the face. What it stops me from is action. I can stop negative actions, but positive ones gets blocked. Performance. Performance anxiety, performance block, absolute block. Not everybody has this. Not everybody has the, this. And then my fear wonders if there's something wrong with me neurologically. Neurologically. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. And my health insurance provider just kicked everyone off. And so I have a hard time accessing healthcare as well. So all the pressures of the world, the cruelty of it. I don't really know. I don't even know why I just said that word. I don't know where these words come from. These sideways words, the words that feel like I should be saying that. They just come out from nowhere. Scripts, 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 scripts. Mm, mm. So, when I am not trying to perform, I can let go of emotional effort. If I'm washing dishes, um, if I'm doing things I already know how to do, then I can let go of emotional effort. Right now, I have to actively say it to work on doing that. Again, I've just let go of any attempt to speak about what I wanted to speak about. I still can the moment I say that. So I am my own special case, right? I am deep, deep in emotional hole. I was going to say Hell, but hole. But even for somebody like me, um, let's design a coaching system for them completely from blank, from my experience. Okay. The steps to success are know what to do and do it. So, what do we need to do? We have a day. Any free time we have, evening routine, and then sleep and reset. That's the game. That's all we got, everybody. The loop. Within the loop, every moment is a breath loop. Breathe, speed, posture, let go of emotional effort into effortless action. That's another loop. Another loop. So now, now we have two loops. The breath and the day. What do we do? Here's the argument, right? Health, wealth, relationships. Imagine you have amazing health, amazing wealth, amazing relationships. Immediate health, body, and the things we need to do to maintain that. Rest, fuel, clean, dress, exercise, stretch, and balance. Wealth, physical wealth, financial wealth. Close relationships, effortless. Let go of effort. Effort. I feel the annoyance and I let it pass through me. Okay, see? Now it's back. Okay. So we want health, wealth, relationships. Then we get ahead of it by mental, emotional health, plus physical, if we need to fix something. And we enjoy life and we train. Then, where does immediate wealth come from? Job, career, or business. Where does our close relationships come from? Community. Yep. Highest game, fully embodied spirituality while doing the things we need to do. So I don't remember any of this until I run through it. My anxiety just wipes everything over and over. Another wave of self-judgment. I see you. I'm gonna face you directly. Those waves, even as it tries to crush me. I don't know why. It's trying to keep me safe. Yeah, this is keeping me really safe by not. Okay. Wealth on the highest tier is from A to B, financial bodhisattva and life purpose. I'm tired. Great. Okay. There's so many things my emotions does. Okay, I'm tired. I'm just gonna give up. Now I'm annoyed. Now I'm using anger. All right, today is a challenging day for sure. Okay, so health relationship is what we do, and we put any maintenance into routines. So we know what to do, and we're doing it. And then with the free time, the game of time, just like with money, you have to have free time before you can invest it. Same thing with time. Did I say that right? I have to have extra money before I can invest it. So the goal of time is to maximize free time and invest it. Converting time to value we can save. The free time is the time we use to build the castle that we want to build, while maintenance time is what maintains everything else. Everything that we do have already. Then, since Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I could hide my challenges. I could not put this. I could hide, or I can simply put everything out there, there at all times. These are the challenges that I'm facing every single day, every single moment. Not every moment. See, my brain can't even make up its mind. In this state, I'm constantly emotionally wanting to just stop, just give up. That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm perpetually wanting to emotionally collapse because it's tantrum time. It's my childhood self wanting to throw a tantrum. And another part of me is like, why don't I? Why can't I just let myself throw a tantrum? Could I cry right here? So I'm either working on my trauma or I'm working on my coaching system. And if I can build it for a being that is such deeply an emotional hole the way I am, and if it still can work, then maybe I'm onto something. Fun and R&R, art, science. I just shifted my focus to simply talking about what I'm drawing instead of trying to cater to an audience. And I could feel my entire being just shift because I'm no longer calculating for a possible viewer. All right, deficit needs gets us. This gets us above here. Then, if we want to self-actualize, I am not answering that. Okay. I will use the star map for self-actualization. Ooh, okay. We turn ourselves back into a single dot. I feel frustration and anger at the person calling. Not any one person, but it says spam risk, and so I'm just mad at all spammers. Even though I was the one who didn't turn on silence unknown caller. So this is my emotional self, my human self. A part of me says, should I be silencing him? Should I be just letting my emotions run wild? See, I am holding the physical gateway between my experiential self and the physical world. I don't need to let my emotions drive. That's not necessary. I do acknowledge them though. There's all my emotional selves and the tantrums they throw. Nice try. It's like, oh, you should just express everything. Nope. I should repress everything. Nope. No extremes. Okay. So, as long as I can hold the physical gateway, I can become emotionally immortal. assuming I do the things that maintain my health, wealth, relationships, and maintain the loop that is my daily routines. Assuming my daily routines can maintain everything, and my whole life hasn't collapsed, even with daily routines. That's part of my emotions talking. Okay. So, I become emotionally immortal as long as my physical body is safe and I can do the things I need to maintain it. All right. So, I've done my morning routine. I will do my evening routine. I will sleep well. I will maintain everything here. And I'm pushing forward into here and here. I have to create a business system. Otherwise, I can't convert any of the traffic. I don't have a place to funnel it and then have a conversion rate. And that will pay for everything else. So I'm working on financial security for myself. Love and belonging, it's also taking a nosedive because my emotions are just crashing because I'm at the center of my shadow, my disconnection shadow, my anger at my past, at the things that have happened to me, and my own failures. Yeah, there's a lot of energy there. Okay, so self actualization is here, the star map. We let go of everything that's essentially not us, and we turn ourselves back into a single dot of essence. So I guess right now I'm letting go of all the negative ones. Ooh, okay. And with the free time, I'm pushing up the hill. I'm noticing where I get stuck. My goal is to become a financial bodhisattva and to be aligned to my life purpose. Do I get distracted? Yep. Do I feel fear? Yep. Do I not even fear that makes me so that I don't start? Overwhelm, even when I start, I feel terrible. I get bored. And then if I go too fast, I burn out. So the sweet spot's right there. Okay. Time is the only vehicle we have. The loops. So loops, loops, loops. Know what to do and do it. These are the loops. Loops. Okay. Now, the star map goes here, self-actualization. Collective actualization. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just saw this. Okay. This is the self-coaching revolution where I learned to self-coach myself and I activate a spiral of positive actions, and I learn how to play the game of life. And I activate my own internal coach, and then it's a 3x coaching. 3x means I coach myself, I coach one other, and then I coach them to coach one other person in the system of self-coaching. Self-coaching revolution. Built built upon the scaffolding of EMU, Enlightened Mastery University. Okay. So knowing what to do is here, here, and here. Okay. We've fallen into the emotional sea. We get out by doing our routines, spend free time wisely, and then enjoy life. Otherwise, we're inside the trauma shield. Okay. And what we need to do is emotional strength training. That is the second half. So first, know what to do and do it. 2, decrease emotional blocks. That's what I've been doing. That's what the beginning of this video was absolutely crushing me, because I'm getting close to the center of my traumatic body, the source of all my hurt and anger and rage and desires. So it's utterly throwing a tantrum and shutting me down and saying, oh, and then fear says, oh, what if there's something wrong with me? All sorts of things, all sorts of things. And it makes speaking really hard. So shadow work, understanding myself, that's number 2. But first, I need to know what to do and do it. And then I work on decreasing emotional blocks. And then I increase emotional fuel, which is fun, games. There was other things, and I have since forgotten. Oh well. Um, yeah, it's like Pac-Man. It's like, what if I made everyday things super fun, and everything I do, like brush my teeth, it would just like ding, it would add to the score. So gamification and learning how to play the game of life. Ooh, yes. game of life. Rediscovering that life is actually a game, and then we learn how to play it full out. That's that's the vision. But every time my anxiety kicks in, it just wipes everything clean. Be like, nope, you have nothing. You are nothing. None of this was worth it. If I have fear and I can't speak it, then I can't do it, and then none of this is worth anything because I won't be able to communicate it. And that's why this is self censoring, I don't know. So I know what I need to do and I'm doing it physically, symbolically, emotionally. It's just driving me nuts. And there goes that again. My frustration inside is rising. I'm accepting it, and yet I am just. So, yeah, here is all my challenges continuously. Um, I can let go of effort to try to control it and yet control it without effort. That's the trick to it. To stop trying. Again, right now, the critical voice says, "This is terrible. Look at that. This is the best you got." And now I'm turning my attention to that voice. I'm just looking at it. It's like, what are you trying to achieve? I want you to make a perfect presentation. Utterly perfect. I want you to give a TED Talk with slides and do it perfectly. Okay, so if that's what you want, why are you crushing me? Anything? Because I'm not doing that. That's why I'm stopping you, because you're not perfect. You've also told me that I shouldn't read a script because that's inauthentic. So I can't read a script. And when I go to create this PowerPoint or whatever, I freak out. I have writing panic and trauma. And when I said that, my mom laughed at me. Again, that's just her level of maturity. It's okay. But that's what I'm working with. That's the kind of trauma that's on the back of my being. As long as I'm not perfect, I don't do it. I don't reach for it. And when I do reach for it, overwhelm kicks in and screams and says, I'm not smart, I can't do it. Discomfort tolerance. Okay. Discomfort tolerance. It's more than discomfort, it's like suffering tolerance, pain tolerance, emotional strength training. Because every time I try to create something, this pain and fear grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, and it proves itself by blocking my brain, and then it makes everything worse, and then I feel terrible, and then it's like, see, you are terrible, and then it makes it worse, and then creates more terribleness, and then see, I was right, and then it makes it feel worse, and then it's like, see, I was even right about that. It's a downward spiral. Emotional self-collapse. All right, so for anybody coming to get coaching from the system, even if they're down here, as I am, I need to acknowledge that I have this massive block. This crevasse is wider than I can just jump. But I can still do the easy things. I have pretty much locked down my basic routines. That's fine. Right? I'm not Superman. I'm not even basic human executive functioning yet. I was just never given the opportunity. Everything was done for me as a child, which completely handicapped me. Again, there's no blame. This is simply where I am in this moment. So, if this system can work for me, it will be able to work for everybody. And it's systematic. It shows everything. And then, so there's training. Know what to do and do it. Self-coaching revolution is the collective actualization. That is actually what is the takeaway from this one. It took a lot of luck to get there, but I realized self-coaching revolution is collective actualization. And enlightened mastery is the code underneath all of it. And it's all to serve life. It's the EMU code. And then as we are solidifying so anyways, we are not going to worry about what I'm saying. I'm just going to keep talking. Terriblism. I forgot about terriblism. This is supposed to be terrible and it's terrible. Yes. Okay. It's terrible. It's terrible, 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 terrible. Yes, it is, which means I'm succeeding. So yeah, I'm keep walking through the shadow. It's gonna keep being really challenging until it isn't. And even if it is, so what? Enjoy the terribleness. Okay. So one, know what to do and do it. And I've mapped it all the way through here. Health, wealth, relationships, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the science of success. That one is mine. I'm pretty proud of that one. The star map is how to self-actualize by throwing away everything that's not essentially us, so that our consciousness gets cleaner and cleaner and more focused. until we punch through a hole in emotional reality, social in every single plane. And these are the dimensions. Experiential, physical, social, emotional, symbolic. These are different games we play, and we have to master them all. Knowledge, physical and physical actions, emotional and social emotional, and the experience in the middle. Okay. I have all these maps. No one else does. No one has, no one is even close. So that's my competitive advantage. Even if somebody takes it and tries to steal it, so what? There's a whole world out there. Please, like whoever steals it, like that's just proof that this works. And I'm not even getting the reach for people to understand it and to steal it. So I don't worry about this being stolen. I just give it all away and I have to sell it as well. Both. Completely for free and for paid. And I do both as dual non-duality. Ah, right. Design a course on YouTube that is perfect. Great. Thank you, perfectionism. I will do it terribly with terriblism. Okay. So know what to do, which is convert time to value we can save, maximize free time and invest it, which means condensing everything we have to do as close as possible so we maximize free time. So what do we have to do? Well, the things that we have to do are sleep and morning and evening routines. What do we do to maintain everything? Health, wealth, relationships, we maintain those. We get ahead of it. Mental, emotional health, we manage our job, career, businesses, we manage our communities, and we manage our experience of life from the inside, quality of life, that manage tackling a project that's worthy of our being, and all shadow work, all social interaction is eventually shadow work. That gets us above the deficit needs line. Now all there's left is just play because we're doing what we love. We're getting paid for it. We have a great family. We have great health. And then we just play the game of life. And when we take on a big project, we fall into one of these four emotions. And then we get stuck in the trauma shield. We get up here, we get back here, and then we're back in the game. So we want to be right here. And if we fall in the emotional sea, I have so many different things we can do. Okay, resting in action. So that is all um, here. Emotional, letting go of emotional effort. Experiential, experiential dimension is right here. Okay, mastering the spiritual experiential dimension. Mastering the physical dimension is health and wealth. Mastering the relationship game is right here. Emotional, mental is the experiential emotional game. And the symbolic mapping game is the whole thing. I'm mapping, knowing what to do, and doing it. Well, these are all maps that interlink. And that is kind of where I am. Discomfort tolerance, that is number 2. Decrease emotional blocks, for me is emotional collapse when things get too hard. And I imagine that I'm a child again, facing these emotions for the very first time. So instead of judging myself as an adult, I am a child. This is when I first felt this emotion. There's no shame in not being able to handle that. And then now I'm learning emotional regulation. Okay, so I managed to pull myself out from really, really deep emotional hole from the very beginning to this, being able to see the entire structure. And this is now just my 3 golden steps. Know what to do and do it. That's the adult. And then decrease emotional blocks and increase emotional fuel is my emotional parent, teaching me how to have fun with life and how to handle the darkness. So this is -1, 0, 1. That was so dark. That was so deep. My being. Okay. Remember, right? It felt like it was terrible. Like I couldn't do anything. My emotions, the words, this is not true, right? But it feels like my emotions are lying to me, abusing me. It's not true, right? But that's what it feels like to acknowledge it. So, and I use the Enlightened Mastery coaching system, self-coaching system, to pull myself out of it. And this is the system I'm teaching. So, the Enlightened Mastery self-coaching system. Anyways, Enlightened Mastery self-coaching. Anyways, here it is. Let's run through it again. First, I need to know what to do and do it. That will help solidify my human side of things, no matter how I feel. Once I have a basic routine locked in, that turns me into an emotional immortal, and I lock in this side of things. And then, well, I will have some of the maps already for how to play life as a game. And then I go and dive into my emotions to decrease the emotional blocks and learn how to play the game of life, increase emotional fuel. But first, it's knowing what to do and doing it, which means daily loop, which means breath. That's one breath meditation. And health wealth relationships within these daily loops, daily routines. If any of my clients are missing any one of these things, their life is going to be shaky in foundations. So this is the absolute foundation that we give people and our daily routine, our daily loops. There's no way around this. This is pure logic. 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, even if AIs are telling us exactly what to do, they still have to follow this basic architecture of existence. This is simply what exists. If you add up to here, this is simply what exists. Okay, that's it. I will see you later, exactly an hour. Okay, that's another round of emotional strength training, and that's how to do it. Okay, you can do it too. You can be on live video and do this for yourself. It is really hard. It is. And That's what it is. Okay. I love you all, and I made you a video tomorrow before I drive out, or maybe not. And then maybe I'll be back Monday or Tuesday of next week. Or I'll do some live videos in between. Whatever. Okay. Till next time. Bye.